Well, listen, we're going to talk about what you're up to now. We've got to get to the next game. I'm delighted to say join us on the line, former teammate England as well. Tom Huddlestone joins. Tom, appreciate your time, buddy. Good evening. Welcome to the Sports Bar.
You all right, Tom?
Evening, guys. Good to see you both.
Sorry,
right,
Tom.
son?
I couldn't shut him up, matey.
I'll try sharing a change room.
Tom, listen, I really appreciate your time. Tell us about David. What was he? Just tell us about him. What was he like?
Be nice.
Now, to be fair, me and Ben first shared a change room with England under 21s when I think he was at Blackburn at the time or on loan at Blackburn. And it was interesting listening to him there because obviously back then as a teenager or early 20s, he was obsessed like most of us with football. And then obviously, again, like a lot of us, a couple of injuries towards the end and he maybe fall out of love with football a little bit. Thankfully for Bence, he's, like he said, he's had a lot of stuff in the background business-wise, which has probably helped him not miss football so much. But it's buzzing to listen to him with, obviously, his lad being keen on football and him getting the love back. Yeah, brilliant. What a player Tom was.
I know. Remember the goal he scored against Chelsea went away?
The big man.
Didn't hit it clean enough, did he?
Mate, left and right. He's just unbelievable, just spraying it 50 yards. But, great player, great lad. Yeah.
What was he like?
Great lad. Loved it.
You're slagging him off earlier.
Yeah, I know. Tom, unbelievable. But Tekker's one of the best technicians I played with. Yeah. Unbelievable. Sort of just can strike it left and right.
I remember. So I spoke to George Burley, Tom, a good friend of mine, George, and I remember when you broke into the team at Derby, and he was talking. Yeah, he was telling me about you before you were the Tom Huddlestone. But tell us about on the pitch. What was David like on the pitch and around the dressing room? Because we all see that what goes on the pitch or match of the day, whether it be live on Sky, but there's a player and a person behind that.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of Bence's main attributes on the pitch is how he was off the pitch. Like you say, he's the life and soul of the changing room. Always trained hard and trained properly, but had that sort of maverick edge to him, which you probably don't see these days in a lot of players. It's a bit sort of robotic and everything's very tactical, and Bence was a bit of a free spirit. As I say, with the 21s, I remember a few games, it was probably me, him, Gary O'Neill or Nigel Reo-Coker played as the central ones, but obviously he's shown he can play on both wings as well, or probably wants to play as a 10 with less defending. But
yeah, we like that one. Lovely words, isn't it? Look at that. It takes me back. Look, I'll give you a big cuddle.
Tom, what did you have anything to do with Watergate with H? Doing the ice bucket challenge? Was that
the ice bucket?
I stayed in the background.
He was sensible, wasn't he? He clocked it. He was a smart one.
You've got to watch it from a distance.
Yeah, he's thinking, go on. He's like, look at Bence. Look, he's at it again. He was like, go on, Bence. It's a good idea, that. Yeah.
He'll take care of that.
Yeah, he slips out the back. But, old area, eh?
Tom, we got to talk about Spurs. It's been an absolute disaster of a season, but can be saved, believe it or not, by beating Manchester United, a team that you worked at, of course, not that long ago, in behind the scenes as a coach. That's next Wednesday, but tomorrow night it's a game against Aston Villa. I mean, I don't know what you think, matey, but I can't think of anything else other than a convincing Villa win, a weak Spurs side. Everything, the whole season hinges next Wednesday.
Yeah, everything's on next Wednesday, like you say. I think the last 7 or 8 games, you're looking at the fixtures beforehand and you just can't see Spurs getting a win. Whether that's at home to Forest or whoever it may be, at home to Palace, you just think the opposition are going to win. But like you say, and I think as disastrous as the season has been, maybe if you'd asked certain parts of the fan base before the season, you're going to win the Europa League, but you might just survive kind of thing, I reckon a lot of them would have taken that, even though it has been a painful few months in the league campaign.
Well, Tom, that you're sort of a young coach yourself and got aspirations of being a manager one day. What's your verdict on Ange and whether this winning the final will save him and save his job? Because obviously it's a disastrous 19 games he's lost in the Premier League. What's your sort of views on Ange now moving forward?
I think they might have gone up, I think it might have been...
Aye.
Well, there's so many games. I lose count now. How many games?
It's unbelievable. Oh, look, you're loving it, ain't you? Look.
It's just such good fun. Such good fun.
No, yeah, I think I'm sort of 50-50. Even if they win it and qualify for the Champions League, it wouldn't surprise me if the club made a change in that area.
Yeah.
My last few years at Tottenham, we finished fourth with Harry, and they still got rid of him in the summer. So, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest, and it would be an amazing job for a new manager to come into. If you've got Champions League football, a squad that probably needs reinvesting in, there'll be a lot of players leaving, you'd imagine, in the summer as well. So, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if there was to make a managerial change, regardless of the result on Wednesday.
Yeah. And what do you reckon on the Man United sort of manager, Amorim? Is it same with him? Do you think they keep him going? Because there's a few rumours floating about that they might get rid of him. Is it the same? Is he in the same position?
Possibly, but I see they're more likely to keep him, even if they lose. Yeah. I think when you listen to him, he speaks really well. He's almost honest and upfront to a fault. But like a lot of his interviews, the culture around the place is what he's trying to improve, and then he feels that'll filter onto the pitch. So I think the Man United situation is slightly different, and with him only being installed halfway through this season, I imagine him to be there at the start of the next year.
Tom, the speculation about Marcus Rashford's future is going to intensify depending on what happens, whether he goes to Villa. Jadon Sancho's at Chelsea, my club, and I've watched him. I'm not sure he's done enough to warrant a permanent move, £5 million to send him back. Casemiro's way, the huge wager earners at the football club. You'll know Marcus from your time, obviously, at Manchester United. What do you think is best next for him and the club?
Again, I think probably to almost cut ties. I think we've seen an uplift in his performances and body language when he first went to Villa. And I think if you're going back to a club, especially at 27, 28 years of age, and you've been on loan, it's still the same manager, it's still the same ownership. You're almost back to square one to a certain extent. So I think it would probably suit himself, the manager and the club best if they can cut ties and he can go and play regular first team football with a smile on his face elsewhere.
Yeah, indeed. Tom, listen, you're at Birmingham City coaching there. Congratulations on the promotion. You absolutely walked the league. What can we expect from Birmingham City? A huge football club, by the way. I mean, underachieving for many, many years. It feels like they're going to get back to at least where they minimum should be is Championship. Double promotion, do you think? Is that possible?
Well, I think Ipswich shown, didn't they, last year, that anything's possible. I think, obviously, I didn't come at the start of the season, but the way the manager's been, he's so demanding of the players and the staff. And there was a big overhaul of players last year. I think 19 left the building and 17 come in. So for him to knit that together in the fashion that he has done this year, is full credit to him. And obviously, next year is going to be a challenge, but the ambition of the ownership model, the manager, the coaching staff and the players, and obviously we want to be challenging, but we know it's going to be difficult with some of the big clubs in there that have been in the Premier League for years and still on the parachute payments and things like that.
Listen, Tom, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. I suppose you want to thank him as well.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
Has he invited you out to one of his bars and restaurants?
Don't worry, Tom's been out there.
He's not invited me.
I've got the cameras on him.
I've only just met David, so I don't know yet. Tom, listen, you're a superstar. Have a wonderful summer, mate, and good luck next season.
No, cheers, guys. Good to speak to you.
Cheers, bro. Tom Huddlestone, former England and Spurs midfielder, now coach down at Birmingham City.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.